title to part 4.
Oh, you did?
It says part 3 still.
Oh. I think you can edit it after the fact, right?
Yeah, I can edit it later. It's not part 3. We already did part 3. This is part 4.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. We are live for the first time today on today's travel day. Today's our last travel day before we get to a campsite somewhere. And we are very excited. This is, it's exciting because last time it was a 3-day travel day, and this is only a 2-day travel day.
We want to be done.
We want to be done.
We want to be where you're going.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna, while everybody says hello to everybody else, I'm going to get the comments pulled up so that I can read. Oh, hi, Butters. So I can.
Bumper.
I did. I wanted to put my elbow here, but she's there, so I can't.
Yeah. Well, we've been driving for about an hour and a half now. We woke up at 9 a.m. Central Time. And we're in South Dakota now, so we're making some really good progress. Got a full travel day ahead of us, though. We got.
Oh, I did change it.
Coffee.
I'm just I'm just so tired. I don't even remember what I do. Apparently.
And Jenny has Starbucks double shot, so got plenty of caffeine. And we've got another double shot, Starbucks double shot in the fridge.
Yep, ready to go.
Later, yeah. Yeah, South Dakota's really pretty. It's
really windy.
It's super windy, yeah. It's incredibly windy.
Yeah. And I didn't notice it on the horizon at first, but the action cam picked it up. Wet for some reason.
Did you spill?
No, just the bottom of it's wet.
Oh, weird.
That's not wet, so I don't know. I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
Anyway, what was I saying? Oh.
Fires.
Yeah, the action cam picks it up really well, and I'm pretty sure that this like big wall of clouds in front of us, because it has a slight brown tint to it anyway, and I know fire smoke has that. It has a slight brown tint to it, but
it's like the whole horizon.
It's the entire
so
horizon.
I don't know.
That we're driving towards.
Do you guys know if there are any forest fires or any fires going on in South Dakota right now?
Yeah. Maybe it's so the wind's coming from the south.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of forest fires in Arizona. I know that's far away.
That's way too far away.
Yeah, but remember when we were in Indiana that one day? I was on my way to.
Coming down from Canada.
Were coming down from way far away up above Minnesota in Canada, and we were having fire smoke. So maybe that's what it is.
Could be.
So windy.
It could be.
I don't know.
Now that you mentioned that, that's a really good point. Or no, Colorado maybe.
Maybe Colorado. Oh, Colorado does have a bunch of forest fires.
Yeah, you said they're coming from the south. Yeah.
Yeah, the one's coming from the south.
Yeah, so I mean, I suppose it's possible.
Yeah. We don't have a lot of people watching, and I didn't get a notification, so I don't know if it sent out a notification today.
Oh, weird. Whatever. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
It might not have. Who cares?
Yeah.
We'll just hang out with everyone.
I'm gonna message Tammy so that she's not upset.
Yeah. So what are you guys all up to this morning? We are just driving and trying to stay awake.
Oh man, you should tell them about how hot last night was.
Oh man, yeah. So the low last night in Sioux Falls, South Dakota was 76.
Yes.
That was the low. So, and when we went to bed, it still hadn't reached the low. It was 80 degrees, or no, I'll stay behind this guy. It was still 80 degrees out. And, yeah. But we pulled out these small fans. They're like 1 foot in diameter, the actual fan is. And we just had them blowing directly on us in the bed. One on Jenny's side and one on my side.
Yeah.
And we just left the inverter on all night to power those. And surprisingly, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
I thought we were going to have the hardest time falling asleep and staying asleep, but those fans actually did the job.
Yeah.
And we just slept with a sheet on, so a thin sheet. Yeah, this is.
So we're actually driving into this because now I can actually see how hazy it is.
Yeah, me too.
Well.
Yeah, good call. Yeah.
Maybe it's dust.
Could be dust.
Could be dust.
We'll see.
It's really grassy here, though. I wouldn't think it was dust.
Yeah, I know, you're right.
It's not like super dry here.
Yeah, that's a really good point too. No, it's not gonna be dust.
I don't know. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Don't have a clue. But yeah, we've actually really enjoyed the scenery here so far today. I know it's just a big open plain all around us, but it's really pretty. It really is.
We're like in it now, whatever it is.
Whatever it is. I don't know if this is forest fire.
No, I don't think it is. I think it is. I think it's some
Maybe
sort of
it really
dust.
is
Maybe
dust.
there's something going on somewhere. But look that way.
I know.
It's like super thick that way. That's nuts.
I don't know.
Weird.
Got
We
something.
coming out of it already though? That's something weird's going on.
Yeah, definitely something weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Anyway, Tammy's on. Hi, Tammy.
Hey, Tammy.
Yeah, I saw that a notification wasn't sent out, and we only have 30 people watching 5 minutes in. So yeah, if someone says, "Can we show them the scenery?" I can try.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let me see. I can't turn it anymore because there's a blanket blocking it, but or maybe I can.
Yeah, you can.
I'm just gonna
Just
pull,
the blanket, yeah.
pull the blanket out, so I can show you guys a little bit more, so you can watch the road a little bit. It is pretty here, though.
Oh yeah, it's super pretty. Look at that semi in front of us. You can see that it's totally getting blown sideways. Did you see that?
I can see it. I don't know if they can see it. 'Cause
No,
it's
I don't
kind of
think
far.
can.
Yeah, it's really pretty here. We keep seeing signs for wall drug South Dakota, and I completely forgot about that. But we know it's just a big tourist trap, and we don't really want to stop there anyway. But it's funny to see all the signs because they keep advertising all these things to buy
Yeah.
when you stop there. So
Leathers, bronze,
yeah. What else?
bronze art, or
Yeah,
bronze
art.
sculptures or stuff.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Which I think it'd be really cool, but it is insanely windy outside today. We've got a wind advisory on my phone, and the truck in front of us is being blown like that way a little bit, like the back end of it's just like turning that way. But it's a double load, so it's pulling 2 trailers. So that's probably more why that back one is being pushed. Dan says so flat and unscenic. So all right, it's actually much more scenic out the side window over here, but there's a suction cup in the way, so I can't.
Point it this way. Oh, never mind.
I can't because there's a windshield in the way. I can
Yeah.
only show you guys a little bit, but
That's true.
I'll just point it a little this way, and you guys can deal with the suction cup in there for a little bit. But the grass here is really tall, and when the wind blows it, it makes it look like it's waving, and it's so pretty. We don't have that in Indiana because it's all like tall, stiff corn. So like you don't get like the waving grass, so it's really pretty. TJ wants to know, can you see the Bighorn Mountains in the background? I don't see any mountains anywhere. Actually, I don't even know where we are right now.
South Dakota.
South Dakota. We're about 2 hours west of Sioux Falls. So I don't see any mountains anywhere at all whatsoever.
Even if we could, the horizon is so hazy.
Horizon's really hazy.
Probably blocked.
I mean, that still looks like a wall of smoke back there, though.
But it's like all around us.
I
I'm
know,
so
it's
confused.
weird. I don't know. We're not really sure what's going on. So the trailer in front of us is kind of tilted with the wind, it looks like. Doesn't it look like it?
It absolutely is, yeah.
It's a lot taller than ours, too. I know ours looks slightly tilted behind me.
Let me see can I see out your mirror?
Only slightly.
Yeah, it might be.
Not much, though.
Yeah.
But that hideout is really tall.
Big time, yeah.
Tammy says, oh, I've always wanted to visit the Dakotas. It's really pretty so far. Minnesota, right when we drove into Minnesota though, so far on this drive has been my favorite because we were just crossing over the Mississippi. There were these adorable, really pretty scenic islands all over the place on that part of the Mississippi. There were rock bluffs on the left-hand side and like just hills full of trees, and there were like random beautiful houses spotted up in the trees. It was really, really scenic. It was so pretty. That's been my favorite part so far.
Yeah.
We'll see as we get closer to the western side though, because right now it's all really flat. I know there are mountains here, but we've never driven through South Dakota, so I don't know when they start. Arian says you should upgrade your RV to a Class A. That would make it so we could not get to a lot of the camping that we like to do.
Yeah.
And they're also really, really expensive, so no thank you.
For us, that would be a downgrade because, what's most important to us is having a small rig that's flexible and allows us to get out deep into the national forest. So a Class A would actually be less usable for us.
Yeah, definitely less usable for us. Matt wants to know, are you streaming using your phone camera using Verizon or AT&T data? Yes, we are streaming using David's phone because my phone for some reason likes to shut the app off a lot.
Mine does it too, but not as often.
Yeah, David's doesn't do it as often, so it's totally fine. And so we're using the phone camera to stream, and we have Verizon. DL Ryan, DeLorean, I don't know. I don't know if it's all one word, if it's supposed to be pronounced separately. Do you have to drive a lot differently when there's wind, or just hope for the best? So the wind isn't really like dangerously high today, so it is windy, but it's not super dangerous. So we just slowed down a little bit. I think we're going like 58 instead of 61, but that's about it. If it were to be like really windy and there were like dangers to driving on this section of highway or something, then we would slow way down if we needed to. So Mike Lozanis is on. Hey Mike.
Oh hey Mike.
He says you will be going through the Black Hills on the western side of the state. I believe so, and I hope that they're not just hills. I hope that they're actually like mountains and stuff, because I'm looking forward to some mountains. We've seen a lot of flat lately.
Yeah. Been in flat Indiana for a month now. We're ready for some mountains.
Exactly. So I'm really excited. I love more mountainous areas. Like plains like this are really pretty.
In their own way.
And yeah, in a way. I don't like farmland. I don't really think is very scenic, but I love mountains, and I'm really excited to see mountains and big pine trees and
Thick forests.
Thick forest. That's what I want. Steven wants to know, do we ever go to Idaho? Yes, actually, we will be going to Idaho. We'll be driving through Idaho. We will be stopping in Idaho on our way to Washington this month. And that is because my grandparents live there, and we're going to be visiting for a couple days. We're not going to be visiting any of the sites in Idaho because we've already seen a lot. Was it a year and a half ago? A year and a half ago?
Like that.
I don't know. Something like a year and a half ago. We were in Idaho. We stayed on Lake Pend Oreille. We stayed in the Pitt National Forest. We went to Craters in the Moon. It was a great time. I think we were there about a month total, but we had a really fun time. You have to get over to this lane.
Oh, yep.
Tammy wants to know, are we gonna see Mount Rushmore? David really wants to. Really, really wants to.
Yeah, we might be passing it this time.
Yeah, we might be passing it this time. I don't know. We don't have a ton of time to stop and see anything today because we still have like an 8 or 9 hour drive day, and we want to get to a campsite before dark. We want to be able to scope out a little bit before the sun sets. So yeah, I don't think we'll be able to stop, but
yeah, I don't
we
think we'll
want
have time to stop. Yeah.
Dan says lots of travel trailers out today. It's funny because compared to yesterday, there are a lot.
No, these guys are transporting them. They're
transporters?
Yeah, it's a transport company.
But not the hideout. The hideout was an RVer.
Yeah, it's fifth wheeler.
Oh.
I guess he did specifically.
He did say travel trailers, yeah. Tammy says, ugh, more construction. There's always construction.
There's so much construction going on right now.
TJ says the Badlands loop might be doable for you. Might be an hour detour though. Adding an hour though would put us much closer to sunset, and we'd only have like an hour, maybe a half an hour before sunset. So I don't think we can detour at all this trip. And it does kind of suck that we have to be in Washington by a certain time, because I would love to hop around South Dakota a little more, especially since it's warm right now. But I think it may just end up having to wait. Here's another transport. Yeah. These guys are not going RVing, they're just being paid to transport them somewhere. Joshua says, good morning. The wife and I finally got our trailer. Do you guys experience bouncing even with the stabilizers? We did, until we got X-Shocks. And are those on our gear page? So on our gear page on our website,
Unbound.com/gear.
yeah, fadeunbound.com/gear. There, all the stuff we use is down there. And the X-Shocks have been a massive game changer. They go between the tires, and they just create pressure between the two tires that on each side, and that has infinitely changed how shaky and rocky our trailer is inside.
So much better.
It is. It's crazy. It's like it's not even bouncy anymore. It's fantastic. It really is. So I would recommend trying X-Shocks. They're not expensive.
No, they're not.
So it would be an excellent addition to your trailer setup if you're having issues like that, or if it bothers you. Because it bothered us.
Oh yeah, big time, yeah.
Sweetie, whenever she jumps on and off the bed,
Rock the whole trailer,
or she's
yeah.
pacing around, yeah, the trailer just shakes like crazy. Whenever I'm walking around, like if I'm cleaning or if I'm doing dishes or anything, the trailer's rocking around. And when you're trying to work on your laptop,
not anymore.
Oh, not anymore. Not with the X-Shocks now. But when we were trying to work on our laptops, it was always just like, can you walk a little softer? So yeah, it's been a big game changer for us. RL Strange says, I live in Cheyenne. I think is that Wyoming? Cheyenne, Wyoming? I'm not sure. Lots of people camping right now and lots of construction. We have driven through so much construction. And I know it's because, you know, the warmer months is when most construction happens versus when it's really cold outside. So it makes sense that now that it's really warm outside, a lot of construction is happening. But it is frustrating. But luckily, the traffic has not been bad except for in Chicago. And there was also a lot of construction in Chicago and a lot of traffic. But the rest of it's been pretty good. Mike says, you don't want to have to rush at Mount Rushmore. But it's called Rushmore.
Yeah.
And the other sites around there. Save it for when you have more time. Yeah. I think we'll just have to come back. Oh, hey, Junior Ranger Clara's on.
Oh, awesome.
Hey there.
That's great.
Oh, Dan says he saw a traveling Robert go through the Badlands this year, and it's a must-do next time we get near him.
Cool.
We've heard a lot of good things about the Badlands.
Where are the Badlands?
I think they're south of this highway over there, but closer to the west side, I think.
Okay. All right.
Somewhere over there. Steven says, you still have your rabbit. Yes, we actually have 2 rabbits, and we still have both of them, and they are just the cutest things ever. Since it's so flat here, I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera back around so you guys can talk to us. Gotta get the set back up though. Wrong way. Oops. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. I just have a blanket behind it, otherwise it bounces a lot, so. Something like that might work. Okay. Is this fine?
Yep.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right. So yes, to answer your question, we still have both rabbits, and they are amazing. They do some of the cutest things ever. So their cage is open all the time now, except when we're sleeping. We only close it when we're sleeping now, or when we are not home and the trailer's all closed up. Otherwise, it's open even if we're inside. Like when we were visiting David's parents, their cage was open, and they could hop in and out all they wanted. And yeah, we were more worried about them like chewing on like the edges of all the wood in the trailer, but they don't chew on anything. So.
Wow.
Well, they chew on
chews on cardboard.
They chew on cardboard, but that's okay because
paper towel rolls.
Yeah.
But that's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, that's all paper products, so it's fine.
Oh, little baby moose.
It had a whole white face. It's so cute. TJ says there are 2 seasons, winter and road construction. Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
That's how it feels.
And when you're traveling as long of distances as we do, you just hit so much road construction.
Tons of road construction.
Well, I'd rather they maintain it than not.
True.
So.
Same. Nathan says David looked a little moody yesterday. You must have straightened him out. Yes.
Yeah, I get grumpy when I'm tired. Sorry, guys. It's true. It's true.
We did have a talk, I think, after the second live stream about grumpiness. And it has been better now. But we actually both get really grumpy when we're tired, so we both completely understand. We just try our best not to be grumpy, and when the grumpiness does show, the other person, even if they're grumpy, tries their best not to get upset about it, because we're not mad at each other, we're just tired. We're just really tired.
Really
want to go to sleep now. So Doug says, I'm retiring in July and planning a trip to Wyoming in August. So I'm really curious to watch your trip to Wyoming. That is awesome. August is going to be hot, even in Wyoming, I'm pretty sure. So
totally, absolutely.
Because it's June now, and I know that there's a heat wave because we saw the map before we left Indiana. They showed the map of where it's going to be really hot, and it's going to be really hot mostly everywhere.
It's 85 out right now.
Yeah, 85 out now. The high is 90.
Yeah, something like that.
Something today. Not fun. And it's only June, and August is like the beginning of August and late July is like the hottest time of year everywhere. So it's going to be way hot. Hey, Franklin's on. He said good morning and hello from Madison, North Carolina.
Hey, Franklin.
Hey, Franklin.
How's your day going so far, man?
I hope that you're not too tired from having to get up really early this morning.
Well, he was smart and he went to bed.
He went to bed at a good time.
Yeah.
Yep. Dan says, be back later. Probably ought to get back to work. Yeah.
No. No.
So David says no, and I was about to be like, yeah, you should probably like not get in trouble for watching us. Paul also says hello from North Carolina. Roy says that there's a delay in audio. So I noticed this yesterday when I was, or 2 days ago when I was watching I'm Not Lost on Our Being stream, and I just had to fast forward through it. So like if you double tap on the right side of the screen, it'll catch them both back up. So that should help you out whenever it delays.
Yeah, usually if you refresh the stream, so like if you back out of it and then go back into it,
it'll write itself again.
Yeah, it's just YouTube being weird.
Yeah. J Maxie says, do we still keep our speed around 60?
Yep.
Says when he drives his Jeep, he tends to keep it at 65 and get lots of weird looks for going slow. Luckily, because we're towing, we get like no weird looks. Especially because I'm pretty sure the speed limit is 80 here. Let me see.
Yeah.
Speed limit's 80, so we're definitely not going to go 80 while towing our trailer. But
hey,
we don't really.
Pit toilet's being delivered.
It's a brand new pit toilet too. It looks brand new. Well, okay.
I'll be going to National Forest or something.
Oh yeah, maybe. But yes, we still keep it at 60.
Going dead straight at 60, right at it.
Yep, 60 right now.
There we go. That's what they need out here.
What? Oh, wind turbines. Yeah. It's windy.
So windy.
Oh, okay. So DL Ryan, which is how it looks. It's pronounced DeLorean, like a car.
Yeah.
And he says, "Hey guys, do we have a propane outside fire or heater?" No, we don't. We've camped with friends before that have them though, and it's super convenient to not have to have wood on hand to throw into it.
That shreds through propane though.
Yeah, and they blasted through.
Yeah, they blasted through a 20-pound bottle
in like 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. So we don't want to have fires very often anyway, because like especially a wood burning fire, because we smell like campfire, our clothes smell like campfire, and
we don't have a washing machine. I mean, I have a
hand washing machine, and it's really hard to get that smell out with just a hand washing machine.
Yeah.
So we prefer not to have campfires unless we're camping with other people. But when we're camping with other people, it's really nice.
Then it's fun. Yeah. But if it's just us.
Yeah. Since it's just us and we don't camp with other people all that often, it's easier to just not have one of those. We don't have a place to put it really anyway.
Yeah, the propane ones. Yeah. We don't have any extra space for that anyway.
Yeah.
That'd take up. Yeah.
They're really fun.
Yeah, they're cool though.
And they're easy. They're easy to use, and they're kind of small. They're not massive. Is what I'm getting at. They're not tiny.
But they're not.
Yeah. And they do actually put out a really nice amount of heat, and you can turn them up and down so you can make the fire bigger or smaller. It's really cool.
Yeah.
We just don't have one. Oh, I lost it. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Richard said, in Indiana and just got your own RV plug installed. Yes. So our videos are, right now they're only about 2 weeks behind, but normally we like to have the videos that are being put out are about a month behind, because having a video backlog means that we don't have to film multiple times every single week, go all the time. We can relax a little bit, because we get burnt out pretty easily when we have to go all the time.
Well, filming and editing the video that goes up that same week is really stressful, because there's no wiggle room. You got to get it all done or there's problems. So it's really nice to have a backlog in case for whatever reason you can't film that week,
like if the weather's really bad, which happens all the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
We can't film when it's really windy. So even if it's a nice warm day outside, if it's crazy windy, we can't film because our microphone just picks up all that wind noise. So it literally has to be like a perfect day outside. So we really have to be picky on when we can film, and because we have to be picky on that, we have to have a video backlog. So that's what we do. TJ says, how cool did it get last night? Last night the low was only 76, which is awful. It's nice when you have a house and you can just go outside and be like, oh, it's so nice outside still after dark even, but
turn the air conditioner on.
Yeah, because you can have the AC on in your house, but we cannot run our AC in a parking lot when we're just overnighting somewhere. So what we did last night is we had the inverter on, and we have 2 little fans that we can set on our desks to help bring in more. So we had those plugged in and pointed directly on our bodies. And it made it a lot easier to sleep. I don't think that the low inside the trailer dropped under 80, and it's because the low was only 76, and we slept with the windows closed because we were right next to the highway at the Cracker Barrel that we stayed at. So we didn't want to be woken up at like 5 or 6 in the morning when the Cracker Barrel opened and people started rolling in and, you know, parking and slamming doors and talking outside and all this stuff. So we wanted to sleep with the windows closed, so that's what we did, and it actually wasn't bad. Having that fan pointed on us was so nice. Even though it was warm in the trailer, I think it was almost 80 in the trailer, but so it's pretty toasty. We slept with just a sheet and that fan, and it made it so that we could actually sleep. So I didn't think I was going to get any sleep last night because of how hot it was, and I don't like sleeping when it's hot, or well, I just can't sleep when it's hot. I just get too hot when I sleep. So I'm pleasantly surprised at how well I could sleep last night. David slept real good. It was just not enough sleep.
Yeah.
We'll sleep real good tonight.
Oh yeah.
Franklin says he's tired. Said some tired, but sleep tonight. Nice. So he'll get some good sleep tonight. Steven wants to know if we ever do meet and greets. We have done 2. We've had 2 meetups. We had one in Quartzsite, not this last year, but the year before, right? I don't think it was
2018.
not this last January, but the January before that. We had a meetup in Quartzsite in January, which is like the busiest time to be in Quartzsite because they've got the big tent event. They've got tons of things going on. And then we had one when we were in Washington. I don't remember the name of that park. We had one at a park in Washington. When we were there this last summer, but we were going to have one when we were in Fort Wayne this last month, but with the pandemic going on, we did not feel safe holding a meetup, even if we could have like 25 people show up. It's not...
We didn't want to endanger anyone else either.
We don't want to endanger anyone that shows up to our meetups, and we don't want to, you know, take the virus back to David's parents and get them sick or anything. So it was just safer to not have a meetup. And we had a lot of meetups that we were thinking about doing in these next 2 years, but we're in
a wait and see.
Everything is canceled.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be scheduling any meetups or any future meetups until things are safer to hold big gatherings. So we do love meetups though. It's really cool to meet you guys in person. And Sweetie loves it because Sweetie gets to come, you know.
It's our favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat some Triscuits.
Okay. Pua Extreme says, hello from the Black Hills of South Dakota. Happy trails. Very nice. We'll be driving through the Black Hills, I think. I'm very excited because I want to see mountains again. Richard says you guys are making good time from Minnesota to South Dakota. I am shocked. We made it all the way into South Dakota last night. We got through 4 states?
750 miles.
750 miles. Made it into South Dakota last night. So most of our trip today is going to be South Dakota. Oh, Beachnut asked a good question. He says, have you ever been in a place... Whoops, I lost it. Have you ever been in a place where you wish you had bigger tires or a lift on your trailer? I don't know if we've ever been in a place where we wish we had bigger tires, but a lifted trailer, yes. We have come to scraping the front stabilizers on our trailer a couple of times. They're still holding on. They're not broken.
They're bent.
They're bent, and they're really wonky when you're trying to put them up and down, but they still work. So yeah, having a lifted RV of some sort would be really nice for a lot of the places that we like to get to. We have to be really careful sometimes, because we might drag our like sewer hose that sticks out the side or our stabilizers. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a lifted RV. We fantasize on occasion about having a Class B van or a Sprinter van of some sort, or two, and both being lifted 4x4. That would be really cool. We could get to some really epic places with something like that. Ooh, Carla says use baking soda to get smells out of clothes and hide from chili. Nice. I've never tried baking soda. I know that they make like, I think Tide has a thing that has baking soda in it, and that's supposed to help with stuff. I don't know, something like that. Trolling for Dollar says, howdy from Phoenix. I know that it's really hot there, so I hope you're not spending a ton of time outside. Annette says, just got back from Montana from Jackson Hole, Grand Tetons, and Yellowstone.
Wow.
Really jealous.
Awesome.
Because that sounds like an awesome trip. Turner says you should visit Seattle in the daytime. Hey Matt, we've been to Seattle a lot. David's brother lives there. I think this is the Matt that, yeah, Matt Turner. I worked with him.
Oh.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time in Seattle. We were in Seattle for 3 months last year.
Yeah.
And we'll be.
But only at night.
Only at night. No, we went there during the day a lot. We have friends that live in the city, we have friends that live on the south side of the city, and we have friends that live on the north side of the city, so we were always driving through town to visit people. It's pretty. I like Seattle. Richard says, are we going to stay in Washington for a little while, and are we going to visit Eastern Washington? There's a lot of nice places you can go here on the side of the mountains. So we're getting to Washington the second week of July, but we're going to be camping in the mountains somewhere, and all our friends are going to come and join us. I love doing that because I get to pick awesome campsites, and then they show up and they're just like, I didn't know you could do this. So yeah. That's great. And then they're going to come camp with us for the weekend, and then we're going to go into Seattle and stay with David's brother for about 2 weeks, and then we're going to go back into the mountains, and then our friends, about a month after the first camping trip, are going to join us again for another longer weekend in the mountains camping. And then I think we might stay in Washington for a little while, but like just camping around the area. There are no definitive plans. I really don't know, but I know that like this trip to Washington right now, we're not going to be able to see Yellowstone. We're not going to be able to see the Grand Tetons, and those are both things that we would love to see. And
maybe when we leave, though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like we might not stay in Washington very long. We may head straight to Montana, Wyoming to see the awesome
I think that
stuff.
would be cool. Yeah. Hit up Glacier, go down to Yellowstone, and then continue
Grand Tetons
east.
Yeah, because we have to be. I guess it'll take us 4 months, but we have 4 months to get back to Indiana for Christmas. And then we're only gonna be home for Christmas for like 2 weeks, but so we have a lot to see, and it's gonna get cold kind of fast. Starting September, October, so we have to jam in as much stuff as we could see during those couple of months that we could stay north. So we'll see. I want to see stuff so bad.
Are we there yet? Man.
Are we there yet? It's still really flat here.
Tell you what.
Oh, wow. Put me back at the bottom. Okay. Will says, hello from North Florida. Beautiful, low humidity today and 80 degrees. So unusual. Bill, Florida. That sounds beautiful. Like 80s with low humidity. Like just 80 degrees and low humidity. That sounds really nice.
Yeah.
It really does. It is 86 here, quite humid and very, very windy. So super uncomfortable to be outside. Whenever I have to roll the window down to film something, it's just blasts all that hot air in here and we're both just like, oh, yeah. What is this? It was weird being back in Indiana for this last month because we're not used to, like, even though we both grew up there, we've been where it's drier and not very humid for so long that when we were home and it was humid every day and like oppressively muggy outside, and also for some reason in the 90s, which is not very normal for June, it was just hot. It was unbearably muggy and warm and gross, and yeah, the only reason we go back is to visit family. We don't go back to enjoy Indiana, we go back to visit family. Rick says, you guys rock. I work in a brick building with no windows and you guys give me hope that there is fresh air out there. Yeah, David, you used to work in a building nowhere near windows, right?
Yep, dead center of the building.
And I luckily, when I moved to the safety department, one whole side of that room is just windows. So we got some natural lighting in there. But man, when I worked in dispatch, we had like this one tiny window on the other side of this big room, and yeah, we would get to work, it would be dark, we'd leave work, and it'd be dark, especially in wintertime. And that is awful. That's just the worst. Michael wants to know, are you guys married?
Yes.
Yes.
Been married for how long?
Oh, it'll be 5 years this year.
Huh.
We've been together, it'll be 12 years this year, and married 5 years this year. Both in October. Basically on the same day, too. Oh, Matt says, South Dakota, best place is Rapid City, exit 61 Flying J, has good food and a big parking lot with plenty of parking. For a truck driver, yes. A big, nice, open truck stop is awesome, but not for sleeping in an RV, because all the trucks around you are on and idling, and they're very loud. Oh, Zafia wants to know, can we get a tour of your camper? We've actually done one. It was when we were in Lake Havasu last year, so it'd be 2018, and we only put out one video a week, so it's not that difficult to find, and I'm pretty sure it's titled RV Tour.
Yeah, just search Fade Unbound RV Tour. Yeah.
If you just search on YouTube Fade Unbound RV Tour, you should find it. We've done 2 of them. One of them was like shortly after we hit the road, and we had done nothing to the RV yet except solar. And so that one is kind of older, and it was at the end of a exploration video. I don't remember what that one's called. So there's that one out there, so you can see what the trailer looked like when we first got it, or you can just see an older video. We show our trailer sometimes. And then that tour one shows the update. So we ripped out the Unite and we put a desk in there, a big long butcher block desk. We love it. It's amazing. David made it. You said we made it, but I didn't make it. You made it. And so the tour that we did when we were in Lake Havasu shows that. But we've done other updates to the trailer since then. I've put up new valences that are different colors, and we'll eventually get around to painting it and putting new flooring in and all kinds of stuff. But those are all very long, take a very long time to get to those projects. So Matt says, yeah, the truck driver, yes. Carla says, Tiggers and Belinda say hi to the Tabby girls.
I think they can see both of them, can't they?
I think so. Alice is a little dark, but she's right here. This is Alice right here. They're both asleep.
Yeah.
They're so pooped. Studsmeister says, have you guys thought about adding a cargo trailer / rack to your trailer's bumper for more storage? We thought about it when we first hit the road, except I think we were only 5 months in. We camped next to some people. They were really nice, and we got to tour their RV and everything. It was really cool, but they had just a bike rack attached to their hollow bumper on their trailer. Like, it's meant for that, you know, the square metal tube back there. And they didn't have super heavy bikes, and our bikes are really heavy because they're electric bikes. Well, not really heavy, just they're heavier than like a normal mountain bike. And their regular normal mountain bikes had twisted that bumper down just from the weight of the bikes and traveling down the road. And it's because it's just a hollow piece of metal tube, so that constant pressure on there,
not very thick either.
Yeah, it's real thin. So we don't want to attach anything to it because we would be afraid of doing something like that.
Plus, I'd rather the bikes were in the back of the truck, protected from the elements and from people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I know some people like attach their generator to the back bumper of the trailer.
Yeah. Or a lot of people have generators stolen that way too.
Yeah, exactly.
They have big horns.
Oh wow.
Those are big cows.
That was cool.
Are those considered steer?
Steer.
They're steer. We don't really have big steer in Indiana with those big, funky,
massive horns.
You just they're not in Indiana, so it's cool when we see them out here. I think I've only ever seen those like once or twice before. They're cool. Ron says, instead of an expensive 4x4, consider a locking or limited slip differential and all-terrain tires.
We do have
We have both of those already.
Yeah, we have all-terrain tires, and we also have a locker. A locking differential doesn't do you any good when neither of the back tires have traction.
Yep.
If they're both slipping on mud, it's not going to do anything. A limited slip differential and a locking differential only help if one tire has traction and the other one doesn't. So if neither have traction, still done.
So Swarm, I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry, says, why would you get two Sprinter vans? Doesn't that mean you both would have to drive? Are you getting sick of each other while driving? Do you need your own space? LOL. No, we're best friends. I can't get enough of him. I would actually be really lonely having to drive my own Sprinter van, but
We'll have little headsets.
We'll have little headsets, like truck drivers do. They have little headsets. And so that's what we would do. And the reason that we are thinking, we're fantasizing, this is only a fantasy. This isn't going to happen anytime soon, is because we boondock exclusively. So we stay out in a campsite that is first come, first serve. If it is empty, anybody can take it. And so if we have one Sprinter van, and we leave like a table and chairs behind or a really cheap tent behind, people might think that it's trash. And people have done that. We've heard stories of people that have commented on our videos saying, I was tent camping and I went to the store, I went to go explore. When I came back, someone had thrown my tent in the back of their truck like it's trash and taken over my campsite. So in order to avoid something like that, it would be better to be able to leave something bigger behind, like a van. And plus, we have all our animals with us, and having two vans, and because we work on the road, having a bigger workspace and more storage like that would just be better for us.
Yeah, the main reason is because there's not really enough living space in one Sprinter van. Yeah. So we would set up we would build it so one Sprinter van had like the bed, like a toilet, and storage. And then the other one would be like a kitchen and workspace. So they would be like totally different for completely different purposes. They wouldn't be like, both of them have a bed, both have a shower, both have a toilet. You know what I mean? Because that would just be silly.
Oh, this is a good question. DeLorean says, if you had to settle down and live in a house again, which city or cities would you prefer?
City.
We would not pick a city.
Yeah, no.
The closest city would probably be Seattle, and we would probably be an hour to somewhere between 1 and 3 hours outside of the city. We want to live. I think we've already determined where we're going to settle down at whenever we get around to it, and that is so the Cascades. West of the Cascades is considered Western Washington, and east of the Cascades is considered Eastern Washington, even though it's still technically on the west side anyway. Somewhere in the Cascades would be really cool. We love those mountains. We love that area, so it'd be somewhere there, I think. Because those are our favorite kind of trees. That's our favorite kind of landscape. All of our favorite people live there.
Almost.
So, almost all of our favorite people live there. We're trying really hard to convince the people that don't live there to live there, including you guys, Thomas and Stacy.
Are they on it now?
Yeah. Shit. They said by Wyoming you mean Colorado, right? Crying face. No. It is
Yeah, you guys aren't really selling Colorado.
There. Yeah, you guys have not convinced us to go to Colorado lately. Do we do any work for money while traveling? Yes, we run our own business, and that's what we do on the road. A lot of people do work camping. We have some friends, Justin and Rose. They work camp and camp host and do all kinds of little odd jobs where they can stay in their trailer on site, and they get paid for it, and then they travel for the rest of the year, and then they go and do jobs like that, travel for the rest of the year. And that's how we were going to do our travels too. We were going to do it the exact same way, but YouTube ended up working out, and so it's been great, and we love it. Yeah, it's fantastic. 1 million mile road trip, says David's yawning, making me sleepy. Are you yawning? Drink your coffee. He already finished his coffee.
I'm allowed to yawn.
Here, drink this one.
No.
It's full.
No.
Okay.
You drink it.
It upset my stomach yesterday.
If I start slamming that, we're gonna have to stop drinking way too much.
It's someone's birthday. Who is it? This just said happy birthday. I'm not gonna repeat their name because it's not an appropriate name. Richard said, I want David to put the solar on the trailer. Yeah, the reason that we would never install solar on someone else's trailer is because we're not insured for it. But Thomas and Stacy, they're on right now. They have an excellent series of videos for, the newbie that is wanting to install solar or wanting to know more about solar on their channel. We have solar videos too, but they're not really like newbie friendly. It just shows us installing the solar and then information about it. Whereas on their channel, they have a really good series of videos for people that are wanting to learn more and do it themselves and stuff. So
my videos assume that you have a base knowledge of electricity and electrical.
Oh, TJ wants to know, what are the approximate dimensions of your bikes when folded? Would they fit in a Class A basement compartment? I think so.
What?
What are the dimensions of our bikes? I don't remember what they are. So I know
they have it online.
They have it on their website. If you go to electricebikes.com and you go to their XP bike, their folding XP bike,
They know about our promo code.
They have all the dimensions on there, and we have a promo code. So if you use our promo code, you'll get a free pannier bag with it.
Saddlebags.
Yeah, they're just saddlebags for the bike, which are really nice. I love them. They're fantastic for going grocery shopping. Yeah, it's great.
Promo code is Unbound, all one word.
Promo code is Unbound, all one word. If you want those bags too. But yeah, to learn more about those bikes, I would go to their website. They have all the details. I can't remember the exact dimensions, unfortunately. So. Ooh, Trolling for Dollars says, have you thought about getting a winch for the truck? We have, and I think that, is that water? Looks like water.
Yeah.
What is that?
No.
There's a big lake over here. I don't know what it is. We have thought about getting a winch. I don't know why we don't have one. Why don't we have a winch? because they're expensive?
Just don't. No.
Yeah, we just don't. We've thought about it, especially when we're stuck. We think about it a lot when we're stuck. Eric says David looks a bit tired. How tired? What is your awake level? Your awakeness level?
3.5.
You're only at 3.5 right now.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you want me to drive?
Oh, you're killing it. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'd let you know.
All right.
If I need to switch.
Yeah, let me know. Oh, okay. Olympic U says Lake Clayton. I think I've heard of that. Is a good Washington option. Best of everything. Chris from Whidbey Island. Nice. Very cool.
I want to be doing that right now.
You want to be like that? I want to be like this one. Because she's younger.
Oh.
Lorianne says more Starbucks. Yes. So I can't drink coffee because it obliterates my stomach. My stomach cannot handle coffee, but for some reason it can handle this.
Because it's not acidic.
But not a lot of it, because it did upset my stomach yesterday. I can only have one before I don't feel good, but they really help me stay awake. Lorianne says, I would rather have money off the electric e-bikes than the saddlebags. So the reason that our promo code doesn't give any money off is because their overhead is already...
Well, it's because their profit margins are really thin. Like they're
super thin, yeah.
They're selling the bikes at a super low cost already. Yeah. If you compare the price of the electric e-bikes to other competing brands, you're gonna find that they're at least $200-300 cheaper. So that's why they can't give any money off of the bike. They can only offer the free pannier bags because they're not making very much money on the bikes at all. Yeah, they have a ton of name brand parts on the bike, and so, you know, they can only make it so cheap for people. Exactly. So. Chef Nick says, I installed 800 watts of solar on my camper. It was not a hard install, but I know my way around the electrical system very well. Yeah, if you already know a lot of things about electrical systems and you're comfortable working with them, then David's videos are totally fine. But Thomas and Stacy's videos, Thomas did this whole series. I think it's like 15 videos long or something. 74? He did like 863 videos. He has so many awesome videos that help explain electrical systems and help give you just information to understand your RV better, and it's a great starting point. Excellent starting point. So I would definitely check out their channel. Their channels, I'm No Lost RVing, I think they're actually on right now. So yeah, go check them out. TJ says David doesn't want to talk to us, sad face. LOL. He's just really tired. Jenny's doing so good already. She's killing it. She's all like happy and bubbly over there. I had caffeine, so did I. Caffeine doesn't help David as much as it helps me. I'm just more susceptible to being tired, period. I'm chronically tired. I think Thomas is on, and he says 864, David, not 863. Oh, sorry. I always forget about that last one. Yeah. That last one's not as important as the other ones. No, that one sucks. TJ says he's saving his voice. He is, because he's going to have to go live one of these times, because I'm not going to be able to go live 3 times. My voice will give out. I'm doing okay right now because I'm closer to the camera this time. So I don't have to talk quite as, I don't have to yell at it. Studsmeister says, wish you would have gone to Strawberry Reservoir when you were in Utah. It's an amazing and beautiful place to camp. I've never even heard of it. Yeah, where is that? Yeah, where in Utah is the Strawberry Reservoir? Is it near like Sedona or Moab, or I don't even. Sedona's in Arizona. Sedona is in Arizona. I don't know where that is. Yeah, I've never heard of it before. Tammy says we're all caught up. I'm all the way at the bottom. Really? I've got just a couple after her comment, but yeah. Why? Richard says the traffic in Seattle is terrible. I don't like going over there. It's not bad if you go at nighttime when it's dark. The Seattle traffic is really bad.
And
But
the
like all the
parking-
major cities.
Parking is pretty abysmal, and I think the parking garages there, we don't fit in them. We have to find street parking, and
Well,
that
that's
is
why we don't drive the truck into
That's
the
awful.
city. We always take Amanda's little car.
yeah. Where I lost it. Oh wait, there it is. 11 View says Lake. I don't know how to pronounce it. Clayland? Chilean? I don't know.
Is it?
Is it Clayland? No, I think that's a different place.
No, I don't know.
I don't know. It's north of Leavenworth, Wenatchee area in the Cascades, close to the Columbia River, west of 97. Well, I know where Leavenworth is. I think we've camped there once with our friends.
Yeah, we did.
That area is really pretty. Super pretty area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah, kind of like a really scenic area like near Leavenworth, but that area is super touristy and
Yeah,
very,
it is.
very busy. Yeah, near your #1 camping spot, yes. Oh, Lorianne says, do we like Battleborn batteries or are there comparable ones? We actually don't have Battleborn batteries, and Battleborn didn't exist when we installed our batteries yet, so we have Relion batteries, and we love them. Relion has I don't know if they still have 200. Maybe they do. I think they brought it back. They have 200 amp hour batteries, they have 300 amp hour batteries, they have 600, I think is one of them.
No, I think the biggest is 400.
I think they have a 400 amp hour battery, and that's just and they're all the same size, they're just more. Whereas Battleborn, their biggest one they have is a 100 amp hour battery, so you need quite a few of them to have the same amount. Like you would need 4 of those to have the same amount as we have with 2 of ours. But Relion, I think, is more expensive.
Yeah, you get more bang for your buck out of Battleborn.
Yeah. But we don't have Battleborn batteries. We were actually going to get a Battleborn battery, but they have a slightly different battery chemistry or battery setup, the way that the interior of the battery is
The
set up.
individual cells are
Yeah.
a different voltage,
Yeah.
so the a Relion can't balance with a Battleborn.
Guys, this is really pretty.
Yeah. Some sort of reservoir. Or something. You should film it.
Okay. It's about to get loud, guys. I'm sorry.
No, it's not. They already told me it wasn't. Yeah.
Hang on, I gotta.
Don't worry about a monitor.
Oh, look at the bridge to the left.
Hey, hurry up.
There's a bridge to the right, too.
Yep. Pretty cool.
Sorry, guys. Wi-Fi was on and it tried to connect to the camera, so it kicked me off the live stream. But we're still here. Yeah. Sorry we lost it for a second. I'll let you guys keep watching out front because it's prettier than when it was really flat.
Yeah. Should we get gas here?
Sure.
We're at 3/8 of the tank. We can switch.
Yeah, let's do
I
that.
can use some sleepy sleep.
Chris wants to know, are we able to charge our bikes with our solar, or do we use our generator? We are able to charge our bikes with our solar. We have an outdoor plug, and we just plug them in. It's really nice. Ah, Scene Sprout's on. Hey, Scene. He says he's been to Strawberry. He went fishing with his dad.
Cool.
Still don't know where it is.
Huh.
1 million mile road trip says, any advice for a very small YouTube channel? I watch you guys and I'm not lost. I'm RVing every time we post.
Just keep uploading.
The only advice I have for you is to just keep uploading, and that's the advice that we were given. And it's really slow going. It can be really stressful, especially when you're not growing at all.
The beginning is a slog.
Yeah, the beginning is definitely a slog. So that's my best advice. I'm gonna turn you back around.
Yeah. YouTube is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah. There we go. So that's my best advice. Just keep uploading. Stutzmaster says it's south down between Heber and Price. Okay, I know where Price is. I don't know where, or Heber? Heber? I don't know how to pronounce it. TJ says for my install, nice. TJ says for my install, solar was the easy part. Planning took the longest, as well as making sure the wiring sizes were correct for length, proper connections, and a million trips to Lowe's. Yeah, you guys might not know this, but through our solar install, it's a 3-part series of install videos, and they're all decently long too. That was filmed over 3 weeks because of how often we had to go to the store, get different wiring, try and find just stuff that we needed. So it was a big project. James says, do we want to use a clip-on microphone when we're doing live stream? I don't know if that would work with our phone. This works just fine, so I'm not worried about it.
Oh, it's all bouncy.
Oh, it is.
Oh, she's laying on it. That's fine.
Gotta put this back because it's bouncy, sorry.
Yeah, I'd use the bathroom anyway. There's fuel here.
Okay.
And I think it's a good time to switch.
Because you're tired.
Yeah. Oh, is the diesel only over here in these weird pumps?
Looks like it. Oh, wet. Slobbering on it. I don't know if this works. You're just gonna have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. I think I got it. There we go. Can you leave the truck on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's hot.
Yep, no problem.
Really hot. Lance wants to know, does pinning on Google work with no service? I don't know.
What?
Does pinning on Google work with no service?
No idea. Doubt it.
I know it won't give you directions if you have no service, but I don't know if pinning works. I'm not sure. Eric says, just joined. What state are we driving in? We are currently in South Dakota. We'll be in South Dakota most of the day because it's a very wide state. Gotta move this, sorry. There. Move this. There. Oh, cool. They answered. I'm not lost answered your question for you. Yes, it does. I've never tried it. We almost always have signal because we have to work while we're on the road too. Sorry, I'm super washed out because the sun's shining right at me. But yeah, we always have signal, so I don't ever get to test that really. Oh, boondocking life. Darrington and Packwood are on my short list of spots to settle down in the Cascade foothills. Great little mountain towns. Yes, we love Darrington. We go to Darrington every year because we go there for Summer Meltdown. It's really awesome. It's not super big. It's a little music festival right on the edge of BLM land, and you can walk down to the river that divides where the fairgrounds is at, because I think it's held at Fairgrounds. I think it's Fairgrounds, but it's a bluegrass festival. And you camp there for 4 days. It's great fun. We love it.
Can I have the trailer keys, please?
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, Darrington's beautiful. We love it there. There's from where you can camp at the, I don't know if it's fairgrounds or if it's a county park. I don't know. From where you camp at, there's this beautiful mountain right across the street. It's gorgeous. Joseph wants to know, did we get a 4x4 truck? No. We searched the entire time we were in Fort Wayne. We searched for, sorry, I keep losing you guys here, but we searched for a 4x4 the entire time we were in Fort Wayne, and we just had the toughest time finding one that didn't have any rust on it. All of the ones that we found that were in our price range had rust somewhere, and that's really hard to find in Indiana because we use a lot of salt on the roads in wintertime because we get a lot of snow. So just everything rusts. So we weren't able to find one while we were in Fort Wayne, but we are still looking. hopefully someday. We're just we're taking our time. We just want to find the right one. Will says, this is just like being there with you two and the pets. Thank you so much for a trip from my chair. Bill in Florida, I'm so proud of you two and how you've grown. Well, thank you, Bill. We really like holding these live streams because not only does it make the time go faster for us for traveling wherever we're going to, but it's a great way to get to know you guys, and it's just fun. It really is. It's just overall fun. And you guys, here when David and I switch in just a second, you guys then get to deal with David's tiredness and not being as hyper as I am, which is just, you're just gonna have to deal because he's too tired to drive apparently. So Salt Lake is further north to get to Strawberry Reservoir. You go through Provo Canyon and head south through Heber, and takes you right to the reservoir. I'm gonna have to look it up because it sounds really cool. Joss wants to know, have we ever traveled through the back roads to get where we're going, or do we just prefer the highways?
I'm gonna take Sweetie out.
Okay. It's windy, sorry.
Come on, big girl. Come on.
We do not take the back roads when we're going places. We don't like to go out of our way to do scenic routes because since we work on the road, it's easier for us to just get where we're going because then we have more time to finish work that has to go up later in the week, or plan what we're doing or where we're going during that time frame. It would be nice if our travel days could take a little bit longer so that we can stop and see some cool sights along the way, but we just can't do that right now. So for us to stop and see some cool things, we're just gonna have to be camping in the area, which is okay now, but I'm sure like as we get older and we slow down a little bit more, then our travel days will probably get a lot shorter. We'll have more stops and see cooler things.
Come on. Do you need to use the bathroom or anything?
Probably should.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Or actually, I can switch now. Will you bring me my pillow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright guys, I'll be back later. Thank you. There you go. I am...
Okay, I'll figure it. It's fine.
Well, I'll show you when you sit down. Right there.
Okay.
Hello.
Good. All right, guys, you're hanging out with me now. Jenny just went in to use the restroom. I just let Sweetie out to go potty. Filled up on diesel. And yeah, then Jenny is going to take over driving because I am tired. How does Sweetie always know when you're ready for it to stop for fuel? She just pays attention, I think, to how fast we're going, if we're slowing down. You know, she can hear the engine, and she's just, you know, learned over time that, you know, changes in the engine sound and slowing down and all that means she probably gets to go outside. So she just gets excited about that and, you know, pops up and TJ Shams, time to get back to work. Fridge ain't gonna replace itself. No, it won't. And what the heck? It should. That'd be a lot easier. Lorraine, I'm in bed with my 3 dogs and just chilling watching you all. That sounds like pretty good morning. Adam Williamson says, trying to install a 30 amp hookup at my house this week. I am not an electrician, but I can figure just about anything out thanks to YouTube. My biggest issue is where I want to put the box is 100 feet from my breaker box across the yard. Any tips? I saw you put one on David's dad's house. The biggest tip is if you're going to have a long, an extremely long wire pole like that, then you're going to want to use a larger gauge wire. We use 10-2 Romex, which is 10 gauge wire, but that's because our distance was only like 4 feet from the electrical panel to the outlet. But if you're going to have something that long, you're probably going to want to use, I would think, 6 gauge wire. I know if you're going to have a wire pull any larger than 25 feet, it's recommended to use 8 gauge. So I would think if you're going to have 100 feet, then you're going to want to use something even larger than 8 gauge. You're probably going to want to use probably 6. But again, that's coming from a non-electrician. I'm not an expert when it comes to that stuff. So you might want to consult an electrician on that to know the proper size wiring. Oh, you forgot my pillow. Thank you, Tammy. Tammy, she's on it, man. Oh.
Will you please double check that that's closed? Otherwise, you're gonna get a ton of noise.
Okay.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah. That works. Thank you, Tammy. That would have been disappointing. That would have been very disappointing. Nice. All right. Have y'all been to the Green River Lakes, Wyoming? No, because we've never been to Wyoming before. This will be a first. Great Scott is on, and he says, good morning, kiddos. Hope you got great sleep. I sure didn't. Kept having nightmares about opening the fridge and no key lime pie. And you know what? I opened the fridge and no key lime pie. The horror. I know, man. It is terrifying. We don't have any key lime pie either, and it kept me up all night, my man. It's terrible. Thank you. There we go. Much better. All right, guys. Good night.
Yep. I got.
I'm joking.
Can we go this way?
Yeah. I'd probably just go back around, you know. Just around back.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
Yeah, Tron for $1 says just make sure to size the wire gauge properly. Yeah, like I said, with that long of a wire pull, then, yeah, you're definitely going to want to go with a nice big wire.
Turn right.
Yes. Yep, go out, turn right. Strawberry Reservoir is north of Price and east of Heber. Still don't know where that is.
I don't know where Heber is. I know where Price is.
You do?
Well,
okay.
Price is south of Moab, so it has to be somewhere between Price and Moab.
All right, it's north of Price. Scooters F250 Adventure says, you guys have a really nice channel. Thanks for all your videos, but I wouldn't be able to go through South Dakota and not stop at the Black Hills.
Making it really tempting.
Yeah. Trilling for $1 says, I was like Sweetie when I was on a tour bus. I woke up every time the bus went down to the idle. Yeah, that usually wakes me up too if I'm sleeping in a car. If I'm sleeping in the truck and for whatever reason we slow down or come to a stop, I almost always like pop up because your brain just picks that up and you're like, all right, what's going on? Why are we stopping?
Would you mind getting in my chapstick?
Yeah. Give me a sec, guys. I gotta rummage through Jenny's purse to find her chapstick.
It's just right there. You should just be able to
No,
see
it's not. Here it is.
This is
Oh, you want this stuff? Okay.
Oh, I'm yellow. Oops.
That's okay.
I thought it was red.
All right, 90 West. Have you ever filled your fuel tank with gas by accident? No, we haven't, thankfully.
I have an aunt. I have an aunt who she lives in Oregon, and a gas station attendant accidentally filled her diesel.
You should put that on before you.
With gasoline.
Or maybe, I don't know.
Oh no!
Super melted. Just get way too much on. You always caution me against doing that, and there you go. Yeah, I've never filled it with gasoline on purpose. Hopefully I never do, because that would be terrible. You have to get it pumped out. Yeah.
Well, she caught it right away because when he handed her the receipt, she saw that it said premium, not diesel. And so she just sat there. She never even turned it on. She just sat there, and she ended up having to sue them because she asked for diesel, and it's obviously a diesel truck. And they put premium in it. She had to have it towed and completely
Pumped
taken
out,
apart.
yeah. Tammy then said, no. She realized her mistake. She said, no, I should not have reminded her. You want to sleep now? I'm not going to go to sleep immediately. I'm going to be sleeping after the live stream, so don't worry.
I mean, I don't think we've only been live an hour and 20 minutes. He has to live stream for at least another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
For no reason besides I said so.
Lance said, my brother rents a flyboard in Arizona and also teaches how to do it. I asked if he would teach you all in trade for sharing the experience on your YouTube. Okay. I don't even know what a flyboard is.
Is it on the water?
Yeah, is that something you do on the water, or? Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Because you can do that. Nope.
Oh no, Lorraine said the dogs ate my cheesecake.
Oh, what a nightmare.
That is a shame.
It's a living nightmare.
Terrible.
David, it's a nightmare.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Man, cheesecake sounds so good right now. I love cheesecake. Yeah, Chef Nick said 50-foot cable pole, used 8-gauge wire is what I used. Yeah, but what about 100 feet? Broken Hippie said, I started watching, ran to the grocery store, and you guys are still streaming. Smiley face. Yeah, we've been on for...
there was a smiley face at the end of that. Just like, yay.
Been on for an hour and 20 minutes. Wow.
You can flip it around. This is really pretty.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I will flip it around for him. It is pretty here, isn't it? There we go. Dang it, I keep moving it on accident.
If you angle it a little more this way, then they can get like this side view over here. Maybe.
Yeah, there. That's probably good. It's a little crooked. There. Give them a little more like that. There we go. Oh yeah, this is really pretty.
I don't know what that is. That looks like an old mine area?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's definitely an old mining area.
Scooters F250 Adventure said, I'm headed to Moab in a few days. Awesome, man. Enjoy. Moab's one of our favorite places to go. Yeah.
So pretty. I think it's kind of hot there right now. So.
Hi guys, you are now in West River, South Dakota, about to go up a giant hill.
This is indeed a big hill.
Yeah, maybe. 75 feet needs 8-gauge. Well, there we go.
Whoa, off to the right is way prettier.
Oh, neato.
I don't know if they'll be able to see it.
No, not that.
Cup will be in the
Yeah,
way.
it's okay.
Dang. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Were you guys ever tent campers and hikers before hitting the road? No, not really, actually. We
enjoyed tent camping.
Yeah, we enjoyed tent camping and we enjoyed hiking, but we didn't really do very much of it just because of where we lived in Indiana. There just, I don't know, there's just not a lot of...
The hiking is very flat.
Yeah, there's not a lot of, like, interesting hiking opportunities, and same with camping. It's just all private land out there. Lorraine Ryan said, I live in West Texas desert. That all looks so pretty and green. Franklin said, I will see you guys later. Hopefully you'll have another live stream. I'm going to help my brother. Talk to you later. We'll see you later, Franklin. Thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah, we do plan on having another live stream at some point today.
I don't know if we'll have 2 more, but we'll have at least 1 more.
Yeah, we'll have at least 1 more, I'm sure. Okay, Lance said you can look up his YouTube, AZ Flyboard. Cool.
AZ Flyboard. I want to know what that is now. Just the fact that it says fly in front of it, though.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of heights.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd freak out. Richard said, stay safe. I have to take care of some stuff today. Catch you on the next live stream. We'll see you, Richard. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thomas and Stacey said, when you hit I-25, take it south, winky face.
I mean, they could just.
I mean, you guys could just come north.
Yeah. I mean, they're surrounded by forest fires. I don't see any up here.
Yeah, it sounds pretty awful down there in Colorado. You could always just come north where there isn't an entire state on fire. Hi from South Africa.
Whoa,
cool.
Nice.
Hi, Evan. Photo Universe said last week we bought a Springdale 202 QBWE. Love it. It is really high off the ground. I think it's a West Zone thing, hence the WE in the name. Oh, very awesome. You were saying love that view. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Paul, catch you guys later. Back to work. Sarah said, no, don't go south. All the good stuff is up north. Don't worry, we don't have any plans of going south.
Oh, if Thomas and Stacey are still on, you should mention our possible thinking about it. Let them convince us plans to go to Florida.
Well, we've talked about that.
I know. Talk about more.
I don't want to. I don't want to. Yeah, I know. Tammy said, all caught up, David. Yeah, I know. Well, Jenny?
People didn't get Whoa, that truck really pushed me. People didn't get notifications for this live stream, and I think it's because the last live stream we did was in the last 12 hours.
Maybe.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I think I'm going to go to sleep.
Are you that tired?
Yeah, I am. I'm extraordinarily tired. And I would like to close my eyes and lose consciousness for a decent period of time. All right.
Tammy's gonna yell at you.
Yeah, I know. To Jenny of the pillow. So, no, I'm joking.
No, he would have made me pull over and go get his pillow.
It's true. They're like, no, next exit, pillow time. All right, I'll answer one more question. Seeking Serenity asks, how bad is the wind over there? You just passed where we are. The wind is pretty strong.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah, it's just constant. It's just sustained heavy wind.
And it's from the side.
Yeah, it's not enough to really shove the trailer around a whole bunch. So we're not afraid, and if it gets worse, we'll just slow down. But when you're, but when you're stopped, or like, and you get out of the truck, it's just like,
We have to hold the trailer door.
Yeah,
if the wind pulls it open too fast, it'll break the. Is that a shock?
Yeah.
Shock on it. That's happened before.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, we gotta open the door cautiously so it doesn't just grab it. But all right, guys. We're gonna end the live stream there because I'm gonna go to sleep, and yeah, we'll be back
In a couple hours.
Yeah, 2, maybe 3 hours. I don't know. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you guys at the next live stream. Have a great rest of your day. Until then, bye.